Week 14 in the National Football League. The Baltimore Ravens set to square off with the Los Angeles Rams, fresh off a bye, tied for the best record in the AFC. The run to the playoffs is on for Baltimore. With the toughest schedule remaining of any team in the NFL, they face a playoff contender for every week remaining, beginning with this one against Los Angeles. On today's show, I have my keys to victory. We'll go over the injury report and my prediction coming up at the end of today's show. Before we get to any of that, though, if you want to beat the LA Rams, like the video. Don't jinx it by not liking today's video. Don't make me come find you because you didn't like the video. You want that win? Prove it right now. Like the video, and we'll get started with today's show. Let's begin with the injury report for Baltimore and some notable names, including Marlon Humphrey, Justin Madubuike, Malik Harrison, and Trenton Simpson, all questionable heading into Sunday's contest. The Rams, meanwhile, on their end, with some notable names as well. Tyler Higbee, their starting tight end. Also, Puka Nacua, who has been the best rookie receiver in the entire NFL. He's got an AC joint issue. He ultimately may not play. We'll continue to monitor that and see whether he plays or not. Now, as far as the Ravens go on their injury front, after all the dust settles with 2 weeks off, and everything here, I expect a lot of these guys to come back and be in good shape and be healthy and ready to go. And something to monitor over the next couple of weeks is that there's a decent amount of talent coming off the IR and the PUP list as well. So as much bad luck as we've seen with the Ravens when it comes to injuries with J.K. Dobbins and Mark Andrews and company, there is light at the end of the tunnel for this Ravens team on the injury front. I have my prediction coming up later, but want to hear from you guys first. Who wins? What's the final score going to be? Weigh in the comment section. Tell me what you think this game is going to play out and be. Now, let's start with our keys to victory. Number one, let's start with containing Aaron Donald. The best defensive player of this generation. Aaron Donald has been a problem and still has plenty left in the tank, playing at an extremely high level and still the best at his position. We talked earlier in the week that the last 2 years at this time, Lamar Jackson has gone down with injuries and been done for the rest of the year. And now, at this point, a lot of it, I think there's a big emphasis on protecting your quarterback and keeping Lamar healthy for this home stretch. And keeping him clean against Aaron Donald is going to be a big challenge. Aaron Donald, think about this, takes on all those double teams and everything, right? Still has 6 sacks, 13 tackles for loss, and 43 tackles this year for the 3-time Defensive Player of the Year and 7-team All-Pros. So watch out. Ravens got to do what they can to contain Aaron Donald, not let him get his hands on Lamar Jackson. If they can do that, then they'll be in good shape. Got to protect Lamar Jackson. Cannot let Aaron Donald get to him as much as you can. Today's show sponsored by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the place to go for daily fantasy made easy. Here's how it works with Prize Picks. Choose 2 or more players on any given category, and it's real simple. More or less, whether you're talking about receiving yards, passing touchdowns, fantasy points. This week I got Mahomes, Josh Allen, and Tyler Bass, and I'm hitting more on all these guys. Let's say I put $20 down, then I got a chance to walk home with $100 on Prize Picks. You can too. PrizePicks.com/CLNS. $100 deposit match. Link is in the comments and description of today's video. That's PrizePicks.com/CLNS. Promo code CLNS to play along with us today. Number 2 for Baltimore. Need a big day from Isaiah Likely, the Ravens' second-year tight end, stepping in for Mark Andrews after his injury. Had a solid first start last week in place of Andrews with 4 catches for 40 yards. And I would say that there's more pressure on Isaiah Likely to perform than about anybody on this entire Ravens roster right now. And they need consistency from him. They need to be able to continue rely on Isaiah Likely to get the job done for this Ravens team. His statistics so far this season, 13 catches, 129 yards, 10 yards at reception. Likely's been a fine football player, but they need to see what we saw this past week every week going forward because Lamar loves to use the middle of the field, get the ball to his tight ends. I'm watching out for him to step up. And the other receivers as well. Think about this, just to add along to that. The production that Mark Andrews was responsible for. Although we focus a lot on likely, everybody has to step up collectively to replace that production of Mark Andrews. Let's see what they can do. Can Likely get the job done? What do you think? Why for yes, in for no? Weigh in. Tell us what you think in that comment section. Let me know if you believe Isaiah Likely can get it done or not. Number 3, let's talk defense now. Kyle Hamilton has been terrific. One of the best defensive players in the NFL this year, and he's been able to do everything. They put him at safety. They put him at the nickelback spot. He's been effective everywhere on the football field. And when you examine the Rams and where they're at statistically, it's pretty fascinating. One of the weaknesses has been their pass completion rate. They, as a team, granted Matthew Stafford hasn't been healthy the entire season, so take it with a grain of salt, if you will, have completed about 59.47% of their pass attempts this season. That's 30th in the NFL, okay? So a guy like Kyle Hamilton, this is a huge opportunity for him to take advantage of the inaccuracies, if you will, of the Rams passing game with what his strengths are. Think about this, his numbers from PFF. He's been overall very good defensively with an 82.3 grade. Pass rush grade 93.1, so he can get pressure on the quarterback and shake things up. And then the coverage grades too, 84.5, been able to make plays on that front. His statistics for the season, 62 tackles, 8 tackles for loss, 2 interceptions, and 1 forced fumble. Kyle Hamilton looks fantastic, and I expect another solid outing from Kyle Hamilton again. Join us all this week here on Ravens Rundown for daily Ravens coverage. We have our watch parties for some of the more marquee games throughout the season. Do our mailbags, live shows from time to time as well. If you're a diehard Ravens fan, this is the channel for you. Join the flock, and we got you covered each and every day here on Ravens Rundown. Doesn't cost you a thing. Absolutely free. Subscribe now. Number 4 on our keys to victory, establishing the run. Now, the Ravens have had a bit of a breakout over the last couple of weeks from the UDFA, Keaton Mitchell. He has been awesome to see what he's been able to do. And statistically, the Ravens have been at their best when they are running the football effectively, to the tune of the best run game in the entire NFL at this point. And the recent emergence of Keaton Mitchell over the last few weeks is a big reason why. You look at the statistics for this team. First, second, first, all of those very good. And we talked about keeping Lamar healthy and all that, especially for this final stretch. A big relief can be if Lamar isn't taking all the brunt of the run load. I got to tell you, I am relieved that I can see Lamar not leading this team in rushing, which is not something we usually say. But to me, that's a huge relief because that means that everyone else is coming along and doing their job and not putting as much pressure on Lamar. So I'm watching out for Keaton Mitchell. Gus is a very solid back to go along with him. They got a good thing going. Keep it up with this run game. Who will be the Ravens MVP on Sunday? Will it be Lamar? Could it be Keaton Mitchell? Could it be somebody like Kyle Hamilton we talked about today? Weigh in the comment section. Tell me what you think, who that person is. Last but not least on our keys to victory is finishing strong for this Baltimore Ravens team. And one common theme that you look at from this Ravens team in their losses is giving up those fourth quarter leads. Ravens offense is averaging about 5.8 points in the fourth quarter right now, which is about 20th in the league. Bottom half, not so great. And think about this. In their 3 losses this year, they have been outscored 39-12 in the fourth quarter and in overtime. And all 3 losses were by 1 possession in games they were leading. So, people know, you know how to beat the Ravens? You get them in the fourth quarter. Don't let it happen again. Finish strong. So to recap, to win this game, contain Aaron Donald. Got to have a big day from Isaiah Likely. Let Kyle Hamilton do his thing. Let him work. Establish the run. Keaton Mitchell, huge opportunity for him to have a big day and finish strong. No more fourth quarter collapses. If the Ravens do these things, they'll be in great shape. I got the Ravens winning 27-17 and getting their 10th win of 2023. What will the final score be? Who wins? Tell me who you got in that comment section. Appreciate you joining us here on Ravens Rundown today. If you enjoyed today's show, like the video and send some good vibes your Ravens direction. We'll see you next time right here on Ravens Rundown.